My name is Rhanna Turberville. I'm the manager at the Lerwick Brewery. The brewery started off, I suppose, in the minds of the directors about 3 years ago, but it really didn't come to life, I suppose, until January last year. January last year saw all the equipment be installed, and then we first started selling our products in July 2013.
And what products do you have in your range?
At the moment we just have two. We've got 60 Degrees North, which is a Pilsner style lager, and we've got Skipper's Ticket, which is our twist on a pale ale.
Can you take me through the reason for having two in your range?
Absolutely. We knew that first off we would like to work with the Shetland market before we work with anything else. We want to be a Shetland brand that people are interested and proud of, and the sort of two drinks that's really popular here is certainly lager. There's a lot of lager drinkers in Shetland, and we wanted to make something that people here would really enjoy. And then the pale ale was just a nice drink that sort of beer enthusiasts would like. It's kind of a homage to that as well as something that Shetlanders en masse would like as well.
And what's the response been to your product so far?
It's been really good. We've been really impressed. We've had a couple of great reviews from mainland reviewers, and we've also been nominated recently shortlisted for the Shetland Food and Drink Excellence Award for our lager, which is quite exciting, and we'll hopefully find out in the middle of May what the result of that one is.
We're actually in the brew house at the moment, and you're going to be offering tours to the public. Can you take me through, first of all, where we are and what happens in the brewery? Okay,
at the moment we're standing in what we call the brew house, and this is the kind of more aesthetic part of the brewery. The rest of it's just like great big tanks, and you can't really see much about what's going on. But the one that we're looking at here, I suppose the biggest vessel in circumference is actually our hot liquor tank, and it's basically like a big kettle. It sits there about 75 degrees, and then we can vary the temperature depending on what we're doing. The hot liquor tank holds 3,000 litres of water, and it's what we put into our beer, so it's just fresh mains water from Shetland. The other ingredients is malt. Malts come in various different roasts depending on what we're doing. We use lager malt in our lager and pale malt and a few other bits and pieces for our pale ale. And then the next ingredient is hops, so that gives you your kind of bitterness and your other flavours, and they all come from the mainland. We've got to get a lot shipped up for us, and some of our hops actually come as far away as the Czech Republic and America.
Okay. How long did it take you to develop your products?
It did take a wee while. There's a few, trials and errors, and getting our skills honed as to the big thing about brewing is temperatures. You've really got to be very aware of what you're doing with your temperatures. We brewed away for about 3 or 4 months until we were happy with our products. But we're always learning as brewers. Myself and Jessie were away recently on a course, a big intensive 4-day course in brewing, and anything helps to help us develop our skills.
How important is it for you to go south to the mainland and maintain that kind of contacts and get that professional experience?
Oh, it's vital, because I think there's so many different techniques and there's so many different styles of beer out there, and we want to be making sure that we're keeping up with what people want, keeping up with what other breweries are doing, and then also keeping in contact with our customers, because we're now selling on the mainland as well. It's really important that we get to speak to them too.
So where can you buy your products at?
So they're available throughout Shetland, in most of the hotels and shops should have it in now. And then we also have a distributor on the mainland based in Inverness, so it's throughout the northeast of Scotland. And we've actually just taken on a salesperson who's going to be going around sort of the north of Scotland at the moment and then working further south.
So you're definitely looking towards expansion?
Absolutely, yeah. We're moving on as far as we can. We've been really kind of delicate to start off with. We wanted to make sure we were happy with our products and that the market was receiving them well before we move further.
And tell me, are you thinking about developing new products in your range?
We are, yeah. We've been doing a bit of research and development recently. We've been playing with a few different recipes, just things that we want to do ourselves. We've been working on some lagers, some darker products, and also really trying to keep up with what's going on in the brewing industry. There's some new hops that's creating a lot of buzz at the moment, so we're trying them as well.
Oh, really? So can you explain that to me? Because that seems like a kind of abstract concept to me.
Yeah, it's really fun. I mean, we because we've had our 2 recipes, it's kind of like a boring selection of malts. We've been playing with that. We've been really using some chocolate malts, which create like a really, really dark chocolatey beer. And then if you're going to play with hops, then you can work with sort of citrusy hops to get citrus flavour in your lager. Lots of people, tell you that these will smell like this or it'll make your beer taste like that, but until you actually try it yourself, and you don't know what it's going to come out like.
So it looks like you have quite a bit of fun working here and experimenting.
Yeah, we do. I mean, we try and make sure that we're both interested in what we're doing. That's a big important thing. You don't want to be doing the same thing over and over again.
And so when you open your doors for tours, then who's going to be doing the tours?
Well, but me and Jessie will be getting turns, and especially it's quite. Some of the areas here are quite tight. So, for example, we had a big group. We would split them up perhaps and take groups sort of turn about around here, and also so that we get a chance to speak to people.
There's quite a lot of microbreweries around Scotland now. Do you think that this sits well as a kind of tourist attraction in Shetland?
I do, yeah. I think that there is a huge amount of breweries. I think brewery tourism is as popular as distillery tourism in Scotland, because there's so many. I mean, the people that have already been in contact, and we've had a few tours already. Then they're doing tours of different breweries. I've got a group from Holland coming shortly that are doing the distillery tour and the brewery tour.
Oh, really? Okay.
They're really interested, and you find that people generally want to come and see what everybody does and see how things work differently. And I think I could see myself doing that too.
So a busman's holiday.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I've got to Orkney in a few weeks, so I'm definitely going to be in the breweries there. So I think there's definitely, I think it's something that can be built on in Scotland as well, is brewery tourism, because Scotland's beers are really becoming popular throughout the world, and there's a lot more exports going on. So I think it could be something that could really bring a lot of people to Scotland.
And I suppose the last obvious question I've got to ask you, Rhanna, is at the end of the tour, do folk get the chance to have a pretty cheeky sample?
They do indeed, yeah, definitely. We will be offering both Skipper's Ticket and 6 Degrees North, whether it's on draft from our new key kegs or just opening a bottle. And they might also get a cheeky sneak peek at some of the new things that we're doing as well, because we absolutely, what we need is feedback. We really, really do need people to tell us what they think honestly, and so we've been doing tasting sessions with groups of people, as well as when folk come along to see us, it's a great idea to kind of give them something and say, what do you think of that? So we'll definitely be giving folk a taste of what they've come to see.